Okay, welcome. So I thought I'd just quickly go over basically three mistakes that I see a lot of beginners make, and I just want to go over how you can basically just stop it from happening and make that your journey to profitability just probably half as quick. Do you know what I mean? So first of all, over leveraging. So this means that when you're taking a trade, for example, like this, you've got your typical 2 to 1 RR just like that. Instead of risking the normal, let's say 200, you're now risking 700. Now, why is this bad? Well, I'll explain to you actually. I will give you a diagram. So we're going to imagine that we have two traders. We've got one here and another one here. So the one on the left is Mr. Perfect, yeah, 3200. Okay, so that's passing your eval, right? With a measly 200, you're risking nothing. Plus, you'll probably get some runners. So this guy passed. Mr. Perfect passed. Now, let's say we've got Mr. Emotional over here, his losses, he drags them down a little bit. He just pulls them out that little bit further. He's like, well, what if it reverses, What if it reverses? And then his wins, instead of getting the full 400, he takes slightly early because he's just a bit scared. Now, 2.3k. Now look at the difference. I mean, it's just astronomical. So one's passed, one's barely halfway, right? And this all comes from basically your ability to have good risk management, right? So mistake 2. So chasing trades, i.e. FOMO, which is fear of missing out. So what does this mean? Let's show you a quick example. I don't know, because I'm just taking this off the top of my head, but this isn't a trade or anything, but let's just say something similar. You have your drawing liquidity, sell side, where is it? Sell side liquidity. I don't know, I don't trade all the fair value gaps and stuff like that, but I know most of you will. Let's say you had a fair value gap up here or something, and you had an entry here, and it got missed, right? It got missed. And then what happened is you panicked when it got down here, and then you entered here with a tight stop loss because you tried to squeeze out all the profit, and you got railed. Now, fear of missing out is probably one of the worst things that you can possibly do, because there are two things that happen when you do fear of missing out. You either win, great, it's not great, newsflash, or you lose, which is still not great. If you win, that's awful, because now what you've sort of implanted in your mind is that the sort of way that I wanted to trade, my strategy, my sort of plan on how I was going to trade this funded with this certain strategy, with this certain win rate, you've now just kicked it out the window and you're now gambling. Okay, think about it. You're basically just taking a trade off of feeling rather than actually what you're seeing, right? It's just feeling. You're just like, oh, we didn't get my strategy that I said that I was going to do, but we start going towards it. Fine, I'll go. And you win. Now you think that every time it does that, you're going to win. And I'll tell you now, you're not going to win. I'll tell you for free, you won't. Now, mistake 3 is not having a plan. This ties in perfectly with mistake 2. Because by not having a plan, that means, okay, you don't understand that I'm only taking a trade if I see this. I'm only going to risk this. This then goes into you chasing trades and over leveraging just by not having a plan. So what I'd strongly suggest is, if you're on an eval, have a perfect plan. I literally have on my wall my funded rules. Okay, when I wasn't funded, I was reading that, yeah, because I didn't even have any results to back it up. So what did I have to rely on? I had to rely on consistency. And what did I do? I was consistent, kept learning, was committed, kept showing up, doing the same thing, and eventually you win. Now, it takes everyone all a different amount of time, right? Some are way better at trading than others. It helps if you've got a really good win rate and you're able to win a lot. Perfect. But some people aren't able to do that, right? So what you have to do is just understand your journey, understand how how you have to be consistent and just accept it, because like I mentioned, you know, you go on TikTok, there's always people catching these great trades. Yeah, you didn't catch it. It happens to me all the time. But I don't care, because they're not me and I'm not them. And half of them haven't even got a payout, by the way. It's just a practice account. Hate to burst your bubble, but that's basically a couple ways that you can avoid these biggest mistakes that beginners make. Okay. Yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe.